Hey guys, welcome to The Beat Goes On. Tonight we are sitting down with Oddity Paradox. Hey guys, welcome to the studios. Thank you for taking time tonight. So how about some quick introductions?
Scotty Grimes.
Horace Miller, lead guitar.
Icky Stain, lead vocals.
Matt Taylor, drums.
And we are missing John Duff tonight. He had another show for his band Serious Play, so he couldn't make it here with us tonight. But
He's our bassist. He's delivering pizza.
He is not.
Delivering pizza.
He's playing. Dang it. Be nice. Okay. Y'all know that he's going to get picked on since he's not here. It just happens that way. So we're going to start with Mr. Matt, because he is just the easiest to pick on, and it just happens that way. Matt, background on you coming into the music world.
You learn drums and stuff in fourth grade and stuff, band stuff like that, and went through high school and stuff, that marching band, and did some bands on the side and stuff like that, and then moved out here in 2000 and still playing music and with bands and stuff, and been in a few bands. And my main band for a while was She Murdered Me for 4.5 years, and then that went down. The life of being in a band, sometimes it just doesn't work out. And then joined some other bands. I'm in one other band called Scotland Red Rum, and then I was in a band called Beckoning, and they wasn't playing out enough. So, and I helped Oddity Paradox with the show one time, and I'm like, I'm done with them, so I just joined these guys. Because they ended up losing their old drummer, John, and then worked out, and I'm here.
How long have you been with Oddity Paradox?
Almost about a year now, I think. Something like that.
A year in April.
Nice.
Time flies.
And then you're with Scott Rowe and Red Rum. How long have you been playing with them?
It's kind of scary. It's almost the same. Almost 2 years with those guys in April.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, perks of working in the music for you?
Well, I don't get paid, so I got probably more money in my gear than I'll ever get paid in this place, in this town and stuff like that. But hey, I just do it because I love playing music and then being around people in the crowd and stuff. And
just having fun.
Just having fun. And I try to support my 2 endorsements. I got Soul Tone cymbals and Diamond Star drumsticks, and help them out, get other drummers to buy us stuff, and rock out all the time.
Nice. So let's jump over to Scott and get some information from Scott. So Scott, let's get some background on you in the music world.
Well, we came out here in 70. It was a long time ago. That should tell our age a little bit. We came out here in 70 and went to Maryville High School. I think we're all West Siders here. And I was in the music scene in 84, 85, and 86 in a band called Rude.
Okay.
We played the circuit scene, the Mason Jar, and rockers and stuff like that. Had a ball. And that probably lasted about 3-4 years. Then I got married and had kids. Did that for 30 years, and that didn't work out. So I got back into music, and hopefully it works out. But if it doesn't, I'm having fun.
So 30-year break out of the music. How hard was that?
Piece of cake.
It didn't even bother you that
just
you
put the
weren't
guitar
getting...
down, picked it back up, I'm ready to rock.
See, I've talked with so many different musicians that have taken... That is kind of a theme of pretty much all of y'all. You started playing, life happened, you became productive adults, you stopped playing while you built your families and careers, and then evolved back into the music. Yeah. But everybody was like, there was no way they could stay away from the music.
No.
At least it's a productive addiction, I guess.
It's a disease.
Is that what we're calling it now? Is a disease? Okay.
Yeah, it's fun to do.
Is it an acceptable disease at least?
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. So, how about you? Do you have endorsements yet?
Not that I can talk of, no. But I do, yeah.
No endorsements at this time in the music industry.
I can talk about, yes.
None in the. We'll leave it to none in the music industry.
No.
Okay. So, played with Rude, got back into the music, 6, 7 years ago?
Probably 5, 6 years ago.
5,
Throttle
6 years.
came back and reunited, or came back with Throttlehead, I want to say 6 years ago with some buddies.
It's all documented.
Yeah, we just tore it up for a little bit and freaking tore it up, and that lasted about 3 years, and we're all very talented individuals where we can switch instrument and it still sounds fucking awesome. And so we just had a change of instruments and we formed another band, and here we are.
Jesus.
So let's jump on over to Mr. Horace.
Cut right to the chase. Sponsored by Bad Boy Guitars, built out here, Scottsdale. Badboyguitars.com. They're on Facebook. Check them out. Built with the finest materials. Also, they use jank tone pickups, Kahler tremolos, ebony fretboards, rosewood. You can have them custom built to the way you like.
It takes a little bit.
And backing up, like, probably when I was 8 or 9, I heard Black Sabbath and Kiss. What was creating that sound? And my friends were listening to this too, and they said, well, man, that's a guitar. So I got a guitar, started playing constantly, and a bunch of other stuff happened in between that, and now I'm in Oddity Paradox now.
That story sounds so much like that lovely song by Foreigner called Jukebox Hero. It's just the similarities, man, the similarities. So, give me some of your music icons that you started patterning yourself after to get started.
In the beginning, okay, there was, of course, Tony Iommi, Ace Frehley, gosh, Ted Nugent, the band Boston, Richie Blackmore, Eddie Van Halen, Yngwie Malmsteen, Michael Schenker, of course, Dimebag Darrell.
And Richie.
Yeah, I mentioned him. Iron Maiden, early Metallica, stuff like that. Later on,
Right.
No Eric.
I mean, there's definitely... You're no longer patterning yourself after them anymore. You definitely got a unique sound. I know that I can hear your guitar in the song. I can. Oh yeah, that's that. Yeah, right there. That's Horace playing right there. I can pick that out specifically in songs, and not just Oddity Paradox. I've listened to some of the older stuff, and I'm like, oh, yeah, there. That's Horace. That's Horace's guitar.
Sticks out.
It definitely does.
Right, from your influences, everything morphs into your own style.
Right.
And you just create your style. Things you like playing and things you like hearing and sounds and things like that, amps. And, what's interesting, my third amp was a full-blown Marshall stack that I picked up way back when that vintage craze hit. You could buy things so cheap back then. But at any rate, yes, you are correct. It's a development thing. It happens naturally a lot of times, unless you just want to copy stuff. It's whoever's playing. I mean, you could just pick your style and go with that.
Right. So you have been in the music community here, LA.
Correct.
How about back in Louisiana, where
Yes.
you were in the music community back there as well?
Correct.
The Bayou, right?
No. I played heavy metal.
At the Bayou.
Yeah, clubs and stuff and all
On Fat
that.
Tuesday, they had
It was mostly covers. I did.
No, that was his
And
ex-girlfriend's.
we would play entire sets. I knew about 120 songs. We played 3-4 hour sets on weekends.
So, for all of you guys, is it easier work-wise doing a set of covers than it is to do your originals? I mean, because I've talked to other bands who do covers, and they're like, yeah, we'll do a 4-hour show, no problem, and we're looking at 30, 35, 36 songs in a 4-hour show. Now, I know you guys do about an hour show.
Well, doing covers, you're doing the best stuff from other bands, which is a lot of fun. I like playing covers because they're cool. They're catchy tunes and, they're fun to play. And then, our originals, too, I think we're working on mixing that in.
Yeah, I mean, but we're primarily worried about being our own artists instead of just being a jukebox for somebody else. So, I mean, that's kind of where I focus.
I know it's harder to get work with originals, but is it with covers? You've got to know so many more songs, and you've got to know them their way versus your originals. You get to play it your way. It's yours.
Well, the way I look at it, we're not a tribute band, so when we do covers, we do them the Oddity Paradox way. We kind of put our own little thing in there and kink them up somewhat.
And it seems like it's so much more memorizing to have to do a 4-hour set of 35 songs versus your songs are like, what, 4.5 to 5 minutes long versus 3 minutes of a cover. Stick with originals. It's so much less work to do your originals.
It depends on the original, you know. You can have some really complicated originals with a lot of changes or just odd timings that take a lot of time, you know. But
I'll need to learn them the first time.
yeah. I just like to make it up as I go along and pretend I know what I'm doing.
Isn't that what life is about?
Freestyle.
Yeah,
There
that's the
you
word
go.
there. Freestyle it,
Freestyle. So I've heard so many stories about you. Something about
Good or bad?
you. A story from a mutual friend of ours about you actually had the chance to audition for
Striper.
Motley Crue?
No, that's probably not true. Why would Motley Crue be?
Well, it was they were
Motley
looking.
Crue's always been
They were looking at. They were having a guitar changeover, and I might have the wrong band, but it was that level of band. Back in your
Striper.
LA days. No, it was back in LA. Striper is not in LA.
Where are they from?
Striper is from here.
Striper?
Yeah.
No, they're not.
I don't recall. No.
I thought they were from here. But okay, so and I get to hear a lot of stories about all of you guys. It's hilarious how much background I have on you guys that you don't even realize I know. Amazing. So let's move on to Mr. Icky Stain.
Yeah.
You, from what I know, have like the least amount of time in the music community.
Define least amount of time.
Well, as in, you weren't playing in bands and playing shows.
Lisa. Yeah. Yeah, I've only been playing in bands and stuff for about 5 years. Been playing for about a long time. I've always played, but I was in the Army and played all through there. But no way you're gonna really play in a band now. It's a rapid deployment unit, so you just can't commit to playing in a band. And then, of course, family and everything and career. And finally, just decided I want to play. And a friend got a hold of me from a band that several of us used to be in, and went out there and started playing, and it was great. And then ultimately that band morphed into what is OP, which is specific vision that I have that I want us to be and what I want us to do. And so we're one step at a time accomplishing Oddity Paradox.
So what, without giving away too much, what is that vision?
The vision is to try to work our way in whatever this new music industry is. The old channels don't work, where you go and you work and you try to get into a record company, and a record company decides whether you're good enough or not. Well, one of the disadvantages nowadays is you don't know exactly how to get there, how to do it. Everybody goes, oh, well, yeah, but you can put your music out everywhere. Well, there's 1,000 outlets. So it's not like one outlet you can put your stuff out to and then millions of people automatically are going to hear it. Now you've got to work twice as hard as an individual to go out to all these different outlets that, sure, I can post to free, but this outlet has 5,000 people and this outlet has 10,000. And now I got to go and I got to work and I got to do social media to try to connect everybody on every outlet. And it's, so there's advantages and disadvantages, but nobody's really got it dialed in. I see, a whole bunch of different bands that will go out and pay a record company, supposedly so they can say that they're signed. I've never heard of paying to be signed in the past, but I guess that's the way it works nowadays. But most of those record companies are actually just promotional. Well, I'm not going to pay somebody to promote me and 300 other bands when I can, do it myself. So, more power to the people that can do it. I just happen to be a computer guy, and that's my background. So, I have easier access than I understand a lot of people have. So that's what we're doing. And, one step at a time, we basically have went from nobody's in town to,
Especially
a band
recording,
and a band that people know. We're learning how to record ourselves and everything too, and we're getting better and better at doing that. The big difference nowadays is, do you put out albums or do you put out singles? Well, I don't see any value in putting out albums because, I see so many, that go and they'll put 12 songs in. How many albums in your past do you know that had 4 good songs on them and 8 songs that you just don't remember? So
I can't tell you how many CDs I bought for one song.
I would rather spend our effort trying to create the best individual songs that we can and, put those songs out every month or couple months or whatever it is and actually know that every single thing that we put in the market is the best song that we could put in instead of just, and here's 4 filler songs so I can fill out an album. If people want to do that, that's fine. If they want to spend that kind of money, that's fine. But that's just, just trying to figure out how it works. Every band out there right now, there's some huge bands out there right now that are doing everything themselves. Adelita's Way. Unsigned bands. They do everything themselves. And they'll go play on, massive tours. And the advantage is, they're responsible for themselves and it's a lot of work. But they also pocket whatever the...
Right.
The spoils of that are. So, everybody's trying to find their different way. There's different bands in town that are paying record companies that are really just promo companies, and that's fine, but, that's not what I'm looking to do, and not that what we're doing is right or wrong, but at least I feel that on a, day over day or month over month, that we actually move forward instead of standing still.
Right.
So,
Let's talk a little bit about, because we've got 2 different versions. Horace from back in the day, in the 80s to 90s, promoting a show. What did that look like?
Well, back then, that was about printing flyers and just getting the word out.
Right.
And if you could afford it on the radio, and then putting ads in papers and things like that, and spreading the word, friends calling friends and doing that kind of thing.
A lot of legwork, a lot of...
And then, once the computers came out and stuff, that changed the whole industry, even as far as recording, because now you could have a home studio and do it way cheaper than all these big studios.
But let's jump back over to Icky, who does a lot of you guys' promotional. Is it actually easier this way?
Well, like I said, there's just so many outlets, plus it's different. We're a hard rock band. It's, back in the day, hard rock was the chosen
well, like to make a flyer
child in a sense, right? So it was a lot easier. That's really what was promoted. That's what, was being pushed business-wise. Nowadays, there's a lot of things I think that are different, nowadays, because, I remember whenever I would go see somebody play back in the day, whenever that happened to be, that a lot of these bands that were even theoretically original bands, it was like they'd, be playing all covers, and then it'd be like, and here's one of ours, right? And, that was it. But, that was for the most case. Whereas, we generally play our own music, and, when you don't know a song or you don't know the music, it's tough to go and enjoy somebody else's stuff if you're not really used to it and you're not a part of it and you haven't listened to it and you haven't associated it to your personal life, your events, this and that and the other. When you're out there, it's just loud and
you have to reel them in with the covers.
Yeah, it's trying to get people to associate with you and whatever. And And I think we do a fairly good job with that. I mean, we go live pretty much every Friday night.
Right.
And people get to come in and they get to see us as we are in our regular lives.
So you guys go live every Friday night on Facebook.
Yes.
Do you promote that anywhere else?
We don't. I mean, we will start probably trying to simulcast. We'll probably start trying to like go straight out to Facebook on a couple channels, YouTube Live and everything. But, you know, it requires you building up some kind of an audience in the first place to do that. You know, getting people to listen. I found that we actually have got more people from going live on Facebook to come out to our shows than any other thing that we've done. Because we'll go out and we'll go play shows, but, I mean, there's people that, you know, it's a little different at the clubs nowadays with, you know, drinking and driving laws and blah, blah, blah. I mean, you name it, just costs and just changing attitudes on, you know, different things. It's definitely a lot harder to get people out to shows.
Right.
Than I think, you know, historically in a sense. I mean, we're in Phoenix. We're pretty spread out. It's not like New York City where people can,
Walk.
you know, 18 million people living within 12 miles of each other.
Right.
You know, so, you know, we do what we can. We play different sides of the city and do shows and work really hard to heavily go out and promote and, you know, think that, you know, if I can get one new person to go to this show, that one person, if they like it, and I treat them nice, and we talk to them, and, you know, we become friends with them or whatnot, that they'll bring two more people.
That just totally relates, because 7 months ago, 7 months ago, that one person that you got to come to a show now promotes your band, now plays your music on a live podcast, is now sitting interviewing you for another live podcast.
Yep.
Because you reached out and invited me to a show.
I mean,
it worked.
It absolutely worked.
We have people. I mean, I've got people I've been hitting up for every single show for 2 years that haven't still come out. But every time we have a show, I hit them up and I make a joke. One of these days, you're going to come out, and one of these days somebody will.
Well, and I know that when I started the local beat on Facebook, you laughed at me shortly into it and asked me how many hours I was putting into it. I only promote the bands on Facebook. Icky, how many different places do you promote just your band?
Oh my God, yeah, it's crazy. Not only on Facebook, off our regular page, our page. I try to go and I try to do stuff on Twitter, which is, you know, really tough there. Don't spend enough time. Don't do a lot on Instagram, but I do try to keep it up. You know, and then besides here, I mean, we have a show coming up in April in LA, so I'm trying to meet many people, and, you know, because we want to start playing out outside of Phoenix, which means, you know, we want to start doing more stuff in Tucson, some stuff in, you know, Southern California, some stuff all around Arizona, some stuff in New Mexico. So anybody that's got contacts, you know, give us a call. I mean, because
you need to make friends.
You know, as it stands right now, we do have a real job, so, you know, we're not going on any 2-month tours traveling around the country or
3-hour
anything
tour.
like that. 3-hour tour like Gilligan. But yeah, so you know, we try to get out, and you know, one of the advantages of like Facebook, like I said, I mean, there's advantages and disadvantages. I mean, years ago, it would have been impossible for a band to really stay in touch with their fans, but nowadays, for us, I have people hitting me up all the time, you know, how's this going? And, you know, and it helps me too, because whenever we're creating a new song and I think I'm getting close to something I like, you know, I'll contact, you know, a bunch of people that, you know, have come to a lot of our shows and become closer to us, and, you know, I know are going to give me true feedback, and I'll send out a song and go, how you like it? Right? And not that I'm necessarily not going to release a song, but because I pretty much believe in everything that we release. But, you know, I do like to gauge it. I like to hear it through somebody else's ears, because, you know, too often, and especially in the scene, if you will, musicians are only playing to musicians and only listening to their own stuff through musicians' ears instead of just fans and regular people. And I was having a discussion today at the gym with one of the guys that I'm writing some other music with that's mellower kind of music and stuff. And, same thing him. I said, we released a couple things here, and every once in a while I can hear a glitch or something in it, but you know what? It's released. If a song blows up real huge, it's one of those things that someday somebody will come back and go, hey, you see that one part where this one thing's missing? Or this one beat's messed up. I said, then it'll be a classic thing that's there. So,
right.
But, release, get a hold of people, and, just kind of reach out and get the music out there. And, I think by releasing single by single by single that we end up with, I believe every single song we put out, I believe is the best version of that song that we could put out. Right. Every single time.
Scott, you are the social media black hole. for lack of a better way to say that, you absolutely do not social media.
No.
How do you get the word out there how do you help promote and get people at the shows?
I just, word of mouth.
You're still going very old school with it then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Scott's invited every person that works at convenience stores.
Yeah, oh yeah.
In like a 20-mile radius here.
And that one
Scott's more the social butterfly and just not technology.
House, and I have an open door practice, and I invite my neighbors weekly, and not one has showed up. So I kind of give up.
They watch it on Facebook.
And we have more views on Facebook. I think last week we got 371 views instead of 17 people at a bar.
Right. Well, I know that when you guys go live on Facebook, I actually cross-post that to a couple of different groups. I've had groups tell me I post too much in their group. Oops. So, did you hear your podcast that where your music got played?
No, I didn't. I looked and I couldn't find it.
You should check
I'm
your
old school.
messenger.
I'm terrible with technology. And if I do the social media thing, it's 3:30 in the morning when I wake up.
You should check your messenger.
I do check my messenger. It's not there unless you did it today because it wasn't there when you said you did it. I looked and it wasn't there.
I'll show you. So how about you, Horace? What do you do for promotion?
I draw up flyers and hand them out at the corner.
Oh, Horace is selling it on the corner,
Other
guys.
usual social media, Facebook, mainly Facebook. That's a good way to reach a bunch of victims.
Fans.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
Fans, not victims. Fans. Victims is the wrong word. That scares people. Matt, you just what? Y'all just missed it. Matt just had to seriously bite his tongue here. So, basically, just promoting. Do you think it's easier, Icky, to get the promotion out now than it was back in the day?
Well, it's easy to get it out, but it's a huge task.
Well, it's hard to get people to go out either, because people just don't want to go out anymore.
Yeah, trying to get people to go out. Like I said, we're a spread out city, so it's tough.
Yeah, no, I very rarely have less than a 20... Matter of fact, I don't ever, any of your shows have less than a 20-minute drive.
Trying to... as a band, one of the things that I'm focused on is trying to push younger. Trying to get some younger people out and everything, and it's just a different kind of world. They're used to getting their media just online and everything versus... always just going out.
You have a couple of younger. Why don't you ask them? I'm sure they've got ideas on how to get dear old dad's music out there.
No. They're busy. They're busy with their own lives. They're already into families and stuff, so they're not out there just partying and hanging out.
Aw, that's no fun.
Good cover.
So, it's so fun to put Icky on the spot. He gets this look on his face like he's going to kill me pretty soon, and it's all good. I'm the bratty little sister of this band, so I push a lot of buttons, and eventually they listen to me and do what I want, because if they don't, I don't quit pushing buttons, and, it happens. So, what's some stuff coming up for you guys? Just released your cover of Kissed a Girl.
Yes. We just released our cover of Katy Perry's I Kissed a Girl.
I gotta tell you, you sent that to me when you first started on it, and my reaction to that song was not what you wanted. Not at all.
Good or bad?
Oh, no. Do you remember that conversation? I know you and your memory issues.
Yeah.
It was very viscerally level of bad. Not because y'all weren't doing a good job on it. Not at all. Y'all, it is a really good version. You guys really need to hear it. Go find it. It's on Facebook. But I know you guys at a different level. I know you guys definitely the behind the scenes level. And you guys are like family to me. Each one of you is like brothers to me. And to hear people, Icky's voice should not be doing the levels that it does in there. It's a level of creepy stalker that should never come out of the voice, out of a friend of mine.
You got that, sister.
But he did it so well. But it's a conflict in my head. So somebody who I know to be a very good human being getting that creepy stalker level, it was wrong. But it only took me about 10 minutes of listening to it before my mind started wrapping around the video that you're going to make for it. So it can't be that bad.
Yeah, we like being creative. Like come up with something a little bit different.
So you've gone from the Romanian Dracula to creepy stalker.
Yeah, well, we're getting there. Let's see. The next song that we put out is Cataclysm, which is really the first song that was written specifically for this band. And then after that, with everything hopefully lining up, Please Baby Jesus, Creeper McGee will come out, which is basically 1880s Jack the Ripper. So,
oh Lord,
that was that disaster area you heard when you were coming in, because that was the first time we've ever actually started kind of working out all the parts together. So,
is this going to be a song that I'm actually going to have to put a warning out before I play?
No, it's going to be a song that the crowd is going to want to sing with every single time.
Okay. I mean, anything you call Creeper McGee has got me being very suspect, man.
It gets much worse.
This is a hit for sure.
Okay, I will take your word for that. Y'all haven't lied to me yet, so I'll take your word on that one. So you've got songs out, you've got songs coming out, you are on my shit list because you were supposed to give me a pre-release of I Kissed the Girl before you aired it, and you didn't. But that's okay. I'll get you back for that. You think I wasn't going to...
There's only so much time in the day.
I'll let you get away with that one for now. So, what's the next song? Is Cataclysm. That's the next one you're getting ready to put out there.
Yep.
When can we expect it? Give me rough dates, because I know you and
I would say probably 3 weeks. Most of it's recorded.
Okay.
Most everything's recorded. I still have to do the vocals, and I have to get Horace's leads and some fills. So we'll see how that goes.
That's about 10 minutes.
Recorded it once before, but I didn't feel it was good enough to release.
Okay.
So that finished version, along with a few other songs, are just sitting on a drive. Just because once we're recorded,
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm a little picky, but they just, I don't know, it just didn't work out particularly correct. We got another song that's back to the woodshed, not going to drop it, but I don't know, we played it out for about a year, and for some reason it just doesn't carry the weight it should, so we're going to get that one all dialed back in.
Which one is that?
Losing the faith?
No, not Losing My Faith. No, that one we just screw up every time we play live. So, Slow song, Jesus. What is it?
Pull me down.
No.
Tell
on,
her.
guys.
No. Tell her.
How is it that between all of us, none of us can remember what the hell the song is?
The slow song?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. In the Rain.
Yeah, In the Rain. There you go. Look, when we lean to Scott for the answer, you know that shit's gone sideways.
It's getting late.
Oh my goodness.
And he was actually right this time.
In the Rain.
And-
Yeah,
and-
exactly.
and
That was the
he
first time ever Scott's been right, folks.
You can,
It's recorded.
Icky, you can no longer say that Scott never has the right
Exactly.
answer.
Now I gotta say Scott has had the right answer one time.
He has that
That's
over
That's
your
right.
head now.
You've got to give him credit. So, LA. You're getting ready to play in LA
Yep.
at the Viper Room.
Yep.
How does that feel?
Can't wait.
Feels great. Getting ready. Gonna put our best 30 minutes forward.
Yep.
Hey, 30
Rock
minutes
it
is
out.
better than 30 seconds.
Rock it out for sure. Yep.
Be a fun
Yeah,
trip.
got
We're
the
going to leave them
opportunity
with
out
a
there.
lasting impression.
I hear there's rumors about a caravan going down to see you so that we can actually support. Unfortunately, I won't be in that caravan, but
Well, let's hope so. Let's hope so. It'd be good. I'm starting to meet, some people out there, some friends. Go out and hang out with some folks there and do some stuff. So, starting to meet some people, starting to meet some great, musicians out there, and hopefully they'll come out and support us too. And hopefully people from both of our worlds will be able to be there on the same night and
nice.
watch us rock it out.
Nice. So, I've got some favorite questions, and you guys always roll your eyes at these damn questions. You are not the frou-frou band at all. You guys are definitely the tough guy band. And, Icky, you have no ability to dream. I've just learned that. You are all statistics. But,
I'm a dreamer.
yeah.
I'm a logical dreamer.
There. Okay, you're a you're a
I
realist.
don't go down
dreamer.
the fantasy path, right? You gotta have a line.
But I want you to go down the fantasy path this time.
All right? Let's hear it.
Build a band for me. Build me a band. Your dream band. Not to hurt any of y'all's feelings, because we all know he loves playing with y'all. Build your dream band. Who would you play with?
My dream band's sitting here. It's specifically, I put this together and, with these guys because, it's not just the music and the songs we play, but, when we play on stage, we genuinely have a good time. We actually have to dial back what we're doing in public because people would really think we were pretty goofy, if they saw the things that we did when we were actually up here playing and rocking out. I'm a computer guy by trade. I'm generally a natural introvert, and literally all the friends that I hang out with are the band. That's what I do. So, I enjoy going on stage. I enjoy playing. We give each other a hard time. It just is what it is.
I can say that if you guys haven't seen them live, you need to go watch them.
March
I have
14th.
seen beer bottle caps tossed at different members of the band. I've seen Scotty running across the stage harassing Horace, who then takes over Scotty's guitar. Definitely they become 12-year-olds on stage, and not in any bad way whatsoever. It absolutely adds to the show.
Well, he comes back and says hi to me sometimes. We
Oh,
just
yeah,
can't.
he goes back and talks. He harasses the drummer. Scotty harasses everybody. If y'all don't know it, Scotty's got ADHD. And in this level, for this, it actually plays a very positive role for him because it's got him bouncing everywhere. And that comes in handy for this. Instead of being a bad thing, it's actually a good thing. So we've let Tim try and dream, and even at that, y'all, or Icky try and dream, even at that, you heard he couldn't. The man could not pull out a fantasy. This is so harsh. So, Scott, your turn. If you could share a show bill
With anybody?
with any band,
Rob
Oddity
Halford.
Paradox.
Judas Priest, Rob Halford.
So that's
Rob
that
Halford
would be
and-
like the dream show
yeah,
for you.
Rob
Oddity
Halford and
Paradox
JP.
playing with
Yeah.
JP.
Be a freaking hoot.
Why?
Because they're the best.
JP is Judas Priest
Oh, yeah.
is your
That's my man.
top. That's the top of the line for you.
That's the shits.
Okay. Let's hope it's not. Let's hope it's not. Oh my God, that would be bad.
I, mean, I still have their first cassette.
That's old.
I've got a few that old. So we're going to jump over to Mr. Horace.
Oh, as far as the big dreams go,
It's time for your big
you
dream.
know-
No. You got to let me ask the question. Notice each one of them has had a different question.
I thought it was
You're,
good on
no,
video.
you are so not.
If you had a nightmare.
Nothing easy in my world, man. Yours is your dream venue.
Dream venue.
My brain is starting to melt.
Legend City.
Probably a really huge outdoor stage,
Festival.
like where the Ozfest was played, San Bernardino, like that. Big PA,
Lots of people.
yeah. A lot of smoke, lights,
Sailing.
theatrics.
When I interviewed Stereo Rex, they talked about an outdoor show that they did, and it was very early on for them. I'm trying to remember the whole conversation. I just remember Rex of Stereo Rex talking about how he turned around and there were like people on all sides, and it was just that awe-inspiring feeling of knowing you are literally being watched from all sides.
Wow, that's way
As-
better than I put it. Oh, you know it's a great place too, like Wacken, where they have the 2 stages, big, huge stages.
Oh yeah,
That'd be
sure.
great too.
Mr. Matt, now we got to come up with one for you because, dang it, all my favorites have been asked.
So if Honey Boo Boo showed up at your house and a teddy, would you prefer it to be a blue one or a purple one?
Neither.
One on fire, preferably.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Back
so,
to Larry's question.
So, and God, that was a great fill-in because, dang it, my favorite questions are building that dream band and the dream venue and, who to play with. But let's go to taking something into reality. We'll go back into reality because all of y'all are happier here in reality anyway. Favorite show that you've played to date?
Probably the biggest show I ever did that I enjoyed was
Tonight. At my house.
sorry, Scott. No. When me and my band She Murder Me did a show at Joe's Grotto, which ain't no more there. We did a thing called Project Independent, and it was the biggest crowd I've ever played for. It was fun. It was
How big was it? About how big was the crowd?
you couldn't walk in Joe's Grotto. That's how packed it was.
Wow.
They had it live because we had band promoters guys would tell us how record labels and stuff would tell you what you did wrong and all that sort of stuff, and it was just that place was packed. It was fun. I think I still have a picture on my phone of it,
Wow.
but yeah.
Icky, other than the Viper Room, what's the next step for Oddity Paradox?
We're going to start playing some more shows in LA. Try to get some of these other songs noticed. Try doing things. Work to get us on a festival somewhere. So, preferably a bigger festival, not some,
Mediocre.
just random thing or whatever. But yeah, so do that. But we're going to focus on Southern California. A couple other places around Arizona and whatnot. Just trying to up it a notch a little bit, I guess. Try to get some stuff noticed.
Rocklahoma.
Yeah, there was a conversation about that online. How did you know about an online conversation? You're never
I was
online.
back there. I'm online at 3:30 in the morning.
Oh, good Lord. I'm up at that time on occasion.
I'm about that
Never
time
happily.
every day.
So, upcoming shows. Other than...
March 14th.
Yeah, March 14th. That's the anniversary show for the local beat over at Hooper's.
Where's that at?
That is in Glendale. You're looking at me like I've got the address memorized. Dude, do you know how many shows I'm working on?
Well, I'm trying to push it, and I can't push it if I don't know the address.
Go Google it on your phone, man.
It
Of
was on
course,
the
that
phone.
would
Just
require
say
you to know
Hopper's
how.
Bar and-
It's Hooper's. Google Hooper's.
Hooper's
It'll
with
give
an
you the
H.
address. So, March 14th, y'all have Hooper's, my anniversary show. April 10th, you've got
Chopper John's.
Chopper John's. We're trying to make that a girls' night out because that'll be fun.
April 29th, the Viper Room in lovely Hollywood, California.
Okay.
June 6th.
Well, you've got
No.
May 1st, and yes,
Nah,
you
that
do
go
have a
on.
June 6th.
Do we?
Yes.
That's my B day.
Oh, we have June 6th.
June 6th, you've got the Blues.
Do we? All right.
Now we do.
It's pretty bad that I know your show dates better than you do. Oh, my goodness. So you've also got May 9th, Penny's 50th birthday party, where you guys are playing with Fatal Malady.
Yep.
Is that right?
May 9th.
And don't
Yes, that one I have at Hooper's.
And don't
Yeah.
we got a show in?
You said June 6th?
Mm-hmm.
Where at?
The Blues.
Oh, that's my hatching day.
So we know that June 6th is also Horace Miller's birthday. If anybody wants to come out to that show and mess with him on his birthday.
Yeah, we're going to have a surprise guest that night and a lot of free giveaways. Come on out.
I have the same birthday as Satan.
Where's that show?
You have the same birthday as Satan.
6/6.
Okay. I was like, how do you know Satan's birthday?
June 6th?
June 6th.
Where?
The Blues.
Oh, okay.
Then we got. Don't we got one in July 13th? We're going
What
to
about the one in Prescott at Tony's?
Prescott Valley.
That would be June 11th.
Oh,
Or, no.
We gotta
That's
check
a Thursday.
Facebook
Okay.
for our shows.
That's how you're throwing.
Okay, so now that y'all have had time to play with your calendars, let's get a real list of show dates. So we've got March 14th, 2 weeks from now, coming up at Hooper's.
Yes.
April 10th, you've got Chopper John's.
Whose
In
birthday is the
Phoenix.
17th? Somebody put down April 17th.
On April 29th, you've got the Viper Room.
Yep.
On May 9th, you've got Hooper's.
Wait a second.
And May 2nd, that's right. May 2nd, you've got that 50 show over at Gypsies again.
Hold on.
Yeah, so May 2nd, Gypsies, the 50 show. May 9th, Hoopers. And June 6th, you've got your show at the Blues.
Oh, yeah.
So
Then we have July.
now we know where people can find you for the next couple of months. Where can they stock Oddity Paradox?
Friday night on Facebook.
Friday night on
Check us out
Facebook.
live.
Every Friday night, pretty much usually at 8 o'clock Arizona time.
Something new, something different.
Okay, and where can they find your music?
Everywhere. Everywhere you get your music, we are there.
I know you can Google it. I know you can Apple
Alexa, it's Apple Music, iTunes. If you can think of a place, if you're one of the 5 people that use Deezer, you go on Deezer. We've got it all.
it. I know you can find them on YouTube because I've posted videos of them on YouTube. If you want to hear some of Throttlehead's stuff, you can actually find Throttlehead on YouTube even. So, we know the next show dates. We know where to stock you guys. Oh, you guys need to check out Bands of the Beat because Oddity Paradox has been on the first 2 episodes of Bands of the Beat, and I believe they're making the 3rd episode as well. So, thank you guys for coming out. thank you for taking the time to sit down with me and do this interview.
Sure.
And
Thank you for coming out.
well, you are welcome. And everybody, thank you for taking the time to sit and listen to us banter back and forth. This was Oddity Paradox on The Beat Goes On.